Hello everyone, this is Kristen. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I'm going to be using my limecrime Venus 3 palette that I got in my Boxycharm Base Box for March this year. I'm going to be going in with a $1 billion brush. All it says is eyeshadow brush on it. But yeah, I was happy to get this palette. So this is going to be going into Dreamy. It's like a cool colored mauve. Yeah, so I'm going to be putting that all over my quote-unquote crease. It's not really my crease, it's the hoods of my eyes, but if I tried putting anything in my crease and then doing my eye makeup, you just wouldn't be able to see it. So that's why it's pretty essential when you have hooded eyes to bring your eyeshadow up. That way people can see it when your eyes are open. But yeah, that's just going all over the area, and I'm blending it outwards on the outside areas, kind of like a cat eye. Now I'm going into the color Paradise, which is a kind of satiny purple with this bullshit Wet n Wild brush. It doesn't have any information on it. I do know it's Wet n Wild though. So that color is just going on the outer V and being blended into the Dreamy color. And that's all I have to say about that. Next we're going into Ecstasy with a, what is this? LaRousse LR110 shadow brush. Yes. And that's literally just being blended a little bit into the outer V area just to darken up the area. I do like to cover the hood of my eye, the fold of my eye on the outer area because it actually goes down pretty low. But now we're going into Heavenly. And I'm just using my finger to put that all over my eyelid. I'm not using glitter glue. I'm not actually doing a cut crease. I'm just putting that all over the inner area and just kind of tapping and blending it in with my fingers. This is a really pretty color. It looked gold, just gold, but it has like pink reflex in it. I like it a lot. Now I'm going into my Jaclyn Hill Blush+Bronzer palette. I got this at Ulta the other day, and they only had 2 palettes. So this was the lightest one, and then they had like the darkest one. I don't know what the darkest one, was called, but I grabbed this one. I'm pretty white. I'm porcelain, but man, this palette, I had to layer on both the bronzer and the blush, especially the blush. But we're going with the bronzer first. I had to layer it. It is super sheer, super light. Man, I can't imagine this working on anyone with any sort of darker skin at all. And that's something I've seen about these blushes, that a lot of people are saying they're all very, very light. But I made it work, and so I'm not mad that I bought it. But I kind of wish one of the other colors was available I could have purchased instead. But now I'm going in with blush, and like I said, I really had to layer this on to be able to see it. So definitely not a favorite by far. I will say that. That is for sure. But I'm just letting it go on the video. You can see how many times I went over it just to build it up to be able to see it. Because after that first time, that first swipe on each cheek, like I barely saw it. So now we're going into the color Beam with a Melt Beetlejuice brush. It doesn't have a name on it. I know it's in the box, but I'm not getting the box out. It's just a small little tapered brush. This Beam color is beautiful, but now I'm going into Ecstasy, and I'm going to do the lower lash line, and I'm just basically mirroring the colors I have on top on my lower lash line. I like to make my outer corners really dark, because it does help hide the weird folds and hoods in my eyes, at least, yeah, in the outer area. And I'm just using Paradise now in the middle. Now I'm going in with a Kaleidos highlighter brush, and I'm using that color Beam as my highlighter, and it actually worked out really nicely. It's so pretty. It actually reminds me of one of the Kaleidos highlighters. I like it a lot. I recommend it as a highlighter if you want to do like a pinky highlighter. It's so pretty. I liked it so much. And I'm just using my finger to put the little highlights on my nose. And of course you gotta do the top of the lips. Now I'm using that rose water setting spray. It actually worked out. Slay, yes. I need to make sure my face dries off from using it. And I'm just using a Tarteist Duo pencil. I don't like to do a whole lot of stuff on top of my eyes in terms of eyeliner because I have hooded eyes, so I kind of smush it into my eyelashes. Okay, so there's a completed look. I got some eye mascara on. I used the Wet n Wild Big Papa. Not much else I can say about this look. I think it turned out pretty good. That Maven setting spray, actually the smell didn't annoy me at all, which was amazing. Well, I'm really glad I'm done with this video, and I'm so glad that I am right-handed because my left arm hurts. Me and my husband actually got our COVID vaccines today, and I'm feeling pretty funky from it, so yeah, both of our arms hurt. It actually knocked me out for legit 4 hours, and I don't take naps. And I had gotten good sleep last night. I went to bed early. Yeah, so we'll see how I feel in the next couple of days here. I will have some days off because because I was feeling really funky. I did not want to go on the train like this, just in case. Yeah, there's not much else to say. I will be making, my normal videos every day. I do have some unboxings planned. I have a video planned with about 3 or 4 different unboxings, and I'm going to be making a 400 subscriber count celebration giveaway, so keep a lookout for that as well. And I did buy some Morphe palettes that I'm excited about that I want to use. So, man, it's amazing how the ideas just flow when you're trying to do a video every day. I couldn't do this when I was just trying to do a video a week, so it's amazing. But anyways, I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m.